How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm super excited, as you can see. And quick intro. Thank you everyone for joining us for Max Art Instagram Live. And I've been chatting with Lynn before we got on, and I'm super excited. So I told you not to check your email because there's a surprise. And I was hoping you can check your email now if you have a tablet next to you. You probably know what's going on, but with all the commotion. But yeah, hi Ava, hi Aldi, how everyone has joined.
I'm so nervous. Oh my God.
I don't know what it says, but
It says, I'm a finalist.
yay! Woo! It's so exciting. I think you have another email coming somewhere, but yeah, yay! I'm just gonna be very quiet. So thank you everyone for joining, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Lynn. I'm a visual artist based in Mississauga. I make a lot of whimsical artwork, anything that goes from animation to installation, and more recently, a lot of public art.
Wonderful. So why do you create art?
Why do I create art? I enjoy telling stories and hearing stories, and I like to retell and share and make fun stories. And
Yeah, with your cute little characters with their own little like personalities. Really cute.
Yeah.
I think we're all very excited. We want to see like your studio.
Oh, here. I'm in my studio right now. It is in my backyard. So I've got a nice view with the window. And then in here, can I turn my camera around? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This is my studio space. I've got my desk there with all my supplies.
Oh, cool. Are those
So,
paints for your?
Yeah, those are for my murals. And they're all labeled with the colors, and my brushes are here. This is usually where my projector goes.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. And then, more mural supplies and fabric. These are where my little puppets are. And then more storage, printmaking stuff, lots of paper, and clips and pins and that are all here.
You're so organized. Would you say? I think it's like breaking up a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry to like everyone that's like cutting out a little bit. I think we're reconnecting. We're losing Lynn. Okay, Lynn's back. Would you say having an organized studio helps with your flow?
Sorry, you were breaking up a bit.
I'm gonna sit like really close to my computer. This is so candid. That's the thing with going live on Instagram. It's like trying to get your Wi-Fi. Would you say having an organized space helps with your creativity? Oh no! We're like, hello? Can you hear me? Testing. Is it okay now? Or am I still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm going like this. Then you know. Am I
a little bit?
A little bit. Oh no. My question was, does having an organized space help with your flow and your creativity?
I caught a little bit about having an organized space.
Does having an organized, oh no. Checking 1, 2, 3. Am I cutting off? I guess that's the first time. Hi. Does having an organized space help with your creativity?
I think definitely. I I work better with having my own space and making sure everything's in place. Whenever I start a new project, it usually starts with like a binge clean, have everything in its place before I can think clearly and start.
Nice.
Labeled.
Yeah, yeah, it's so organized. You are so multi-talented. I know you studied, I think, sculpture and fine arts in Guelph. Was that?
Yeah, I studied at Guelph, but I didn't do sculpture. I did a combination of studio art, mostly drawing, and animal biology.
Ah, and I think you mentioned you wanted to be like a veterinarian or something like that right before. I think you mentioned you wanted to be a vet.
Yeah, that was the initial plan, and then I found that I liked art more, like the day-to-day of making art more than the day-to-day of like being in a vet clinic.
Yeah. And I think that really translates with your characters and the personalities that you create in your illustrations. Speaking of which, can you tell us a little bit about your collaboration with You Made It Peel, because they received a MAC micro grant, and with that, you're the artist and you collaborated with Little Rose Cookie Co. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that project?
So You Made It Peel approached me in the bakery and asked us to collaborate. I created a a traditional 2D animation. It was inspired by the cookies, and it was just something fun and cute and inspired by the cookies. It was like a transformation series, like a bear eating a cookie and it like bursts, turns into a giraffe, and then the giraffe eats a cookie and turns into like a little baker girl. And then the bakery created some cookies with my animation characters on them. I have one with me here because I can't bring myself to eat it.
Oh,
super cute. So here's a little duck that was in the animation.
That's so cute.
In a cookie form.
That is so cute. They're like butter cookies, and they're so cute. Little icings.
Yeah, they're adorable. And I can't eat it.
Can you like put it in resin? It will last forever.
I want to. I'm afraid it'll like start molding.
I don't think so. I think I was on Reddit, and some guy resined his hot dog, and he'd update his hot dog every like month or so. But it's totally off topic. But maybe you can resin a cookie. If the viewers have any suggestion, let us know. Is resining a cookie a good idea? Yeah, let us know. Hello, Diana, You Made It Peel. I think it was a fantastic collaboration. And I think you guys even went the extra mile in creating like a sticker that was going to adhere on the window. So that's almost like a little frame. And then people could look through, like from the outside looking in, to see. That's really cute. Do you know if the cookies are still available at the moment? Or
the cookies aren't available anymore, but you can still see the project on the You Made It Peel website.
That's fantastic. I know I'm probably gonna like, I want to see those little puppetries if that's okay, because I love them because it's crafty, it's handcrafted, there's so much work to it, and then there's a backstory, and there's also the YouTube animation. So if you could show us, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. So I did my most recent animation. I do it on this projector here. I usually have like a tiered like glass setup, so there's more layers.
Yeah.
But here I have some pieces on here already, and so it'll create something like that. And here are the rest of my puppets. I can write this down. So you can see them here. These little guys. And they've got little articulated joints.
That's so cool.
And they'll go on like a series of glass layers. So there's depth when you project them. If I like scroll the projector head up and down, I can change the clarity and the focus, and with more layers in there, I can have a variation. So the background stuff can be more out of focus, and the characters can be in focus and things like that.
It really reminds me of the old school like Disney animations where they have tiers and then different classes. But at the same time, it really touches base on like the East Asian culture in terms of like shadow puppets. But then you made it into your own, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's something so like it's whimsical, but at the same time, there is something very like, to me anyways, is my opinion, is like very ominous. I think we have a couple of comments. By Double Down Age, I feel like you can put that cookie in an epoxy resin. Works for wood. Epoxy resin. Nice.
I might have to try that. I want to preserve the cookie.
You'll preserve the cookie. And we've got Adrian.
Oh, hi, Adrian.
Yeah, hi, Adrian. And then that's such a cool way to get depth of field. That really is, isn't it? Oh, do they have names?
This is Pip, and this is Chip, and the little dog that they have is Dip. So Pip, Chip, and Dip.
Chip and Dip. So cute.
Here's Dip.
Yeah,
you got the references exactly. Like it is inspired by the old school tiered animation style, but also Chinese shadow puppetry. It exists somewhere in between, and then I decided to project it instead of filming like top down, just so I think it exaggerates the depth of field thing a lot more easily. I don't have to have like a really tall tower to shoot on.
That's very clever. Were you able, I think for Steps Public Arts, I think you did something similar for the Lunar, I keep saying Lunar New Year's, but it was for like the lanterns, I believe.
Yeah, that one I did I participated in a workshop run by Steps and Winnie Trong, whose work I also really love, and they are also inspired by shadow puppetry. That one we built puppets out of paper, and they were solid, so we were shooting top down, and then everyone kind of sent their works in, and they put it all together to make the stop motion animation, and then the people were another part of that project.
That's super fun. And I think we see Ray in the audience. Hi, Ray. What was your first big paid gig and project?
My first big paid gig, I think a construction hoarding exhibit in Keelsdale. My second public art project after the Sculpture Court Skate Park with Ray and the city of Mississauga, and the construction hoarding project. Yeah, that was the biggest one. It was like over 100 feet of illustration. Yeah, so that one was digitally illustrated, and they printed it and installed it on hoarding.
I know right now is COVID still, and it's sort of awkward to tell people to like go out to the skate park and check out the beautiful works. I hope it's still up there, because I know Cultural Mississauga, they're doing a call to artists, and it's for the skate park mural, and I'm not sure when it's due. I know I mentioned it in the call.
This weekend.
This weekend, guys. It's due this weekend. So, which means maybe the project is still up, but now's the time to go check it out, because the artworks are beautiful. Ray has his work up, Lynn has her work up, and it's amazing photo opportunity. A part of me was like, could I vandalize the wall and ship it away so I can take part of Lynn's wall up? But then now that it's on Instagram Live, everyone's gonna know if something bad happens. It's Jacqueline who chipped off half the wall. But so check it out now before it's taken down, and make sure you sign up for the Culture Art Summit this week. I know you have a kiln somewhere. Can you tell us about that funny kiln story in your studio?
So right now my kiln has been put outside in detention, and it's covered with a rock and a bag, because I wanted to try ceramics and I clearly wasn't thinking. I put it in my studio, which has like vinyl flooring. I put it in here and burnt a huge hole in my floor. Luckily, nothing caught on fire. It just like melted and smelled really bad for a while. But I have it outside now, and hopefully can get back to trying that sometime.
Oh my goodness, I hope it works out. Even, do you have some of your clay pieces here with you in the studio?
This was what I was trying to do before it melted my floor, like a teapot and some cups.
Oh my God,
with a little birdie on top.
Your little burb. It's your burb logo.
Yeah, it is.
That is super cute.
Yeah, I haven't made very many clay things. It's just experimenting and trying something new.
Yeah. How much time do you spend in your studio?
Actually spend when I'm doing something intensive and making like a lot of mess, then I'm in here. But if I'm just drawing digitally or working on the computer or making applications and things like that, then I'm usually in my room with the whole desk set up to work there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have any current projects you're working on now?
So right now I am drawing a lot of sketches for mural projects that are coming up. June is getting busy, so in 2 weeks I'll be painting at a couple locations. First is some bike barriers, and then another bell box, and a pharmacy. So a lot of work to do right now.
That's so good. Spring is where like art thrives with so many grants and calls and whatnot. And I think it's always, we have this discussion where we're like, apply even though you think you might not get in, because it's a 50-50 chance. And usually when you do apply, your file is always on company, right? So that we can always reach out to you regardless for future projects. It's never a fail, never, even if you don't get chosen. Just make sure you apply, because you never know. And it's always good to ask for like feedback from your peers before you even submit a proposal, just to get ideas and bounce ideas. Having a second pair of eyes is very important, because you want to look for like spelling mistakes and copy mistakes, right? I feel like there's so many like questions I want to go through, but unfortunately it's like 5 to 10 minutes for this one. What is your advice to emerging artists and those that are starting school in September, going into the arts?
Starting school in September, going into the arts. I would say make a lot of art, and a lot of bad art, and just make it a habit to make a lot, even if you're not liking it that much. And if there's any opportunities that you are even slightly considering, just go for it. Try it. The worst that can happen is you get a no, and then try again next time.
Yeah, exactly. Advice for emerging artists?
Yeah, really just go for it. Don't be scared. Go for it. Only good things will come. It's better to know and say what if and wait. Right?
Yeah, and resources are always out there. And I think one of the biggest tips I can like give is like, when you follow someone that you like on Instagram, check out their follows, right? Because then you can source their information that way. And always be, if you feel intimidated by the artist and you want to reach out to them, I think it's fair to be kind, right? You never know what comes out of it. Like if you want to have a collaboration, send a note, be kind, be mindful, and do your research. You'd be surprised how oftentimes artists of different genres want to collaborate. All it takes is a little hi, and be genuine and be kind. And I think here in Mississauga, we have that community, we have that love and color, and very vibrant BIPOC community. So a little bit of hi and be kind, and yeah. That's all it really takes. Oh, we have a question. How do you get over artist block? These are such good questions.
Artist block. I think trying a new medium is a good way to get over your artist block. Experiment with different mediums. Even if you like try drawing with your other hand, just little things like that can help.
What would be your worst and favorite medium?
My worst? I usually say that I do mostly like anything but painting. Yeah. I do paint for my murals, but I wouldn't say that I am a painter. My favorite medium is drawing. It's the foundation to everything, I think.
Foundation. We have a 11 guest viewing at the moment. Does anyone have any questions for Lynn at all? How she creates, how long it takes, what's inspiring her? I feel like sometimes these are like cliche questions, like what inspires you? But technically it's not. Like what inspires you?
General workflow for large mural paintings. General workflow for large mural paintings. I think a lot of the work comes before the actual paint day. Yes, I do draft things digitally. I plan it out on my iPad usually. Here, I can pull something up. Come up with a plan. Let's see.
So while Lynn is pulling that up, Adrian, are you an artist by chance?
Let's see. Here's one I did last year on a small bell box. So I drew out digitally, come up with a color palette. He definitely is.
Humble. I like the terrapin turtle. It's just going, wow.
Yeah, so I do draft it digitally first. It's really messy, but I have a color palette to pull from, and then I go buy my paints, and I work from background to foreground on, I think, prime, all my colors, and then lines last. That's it. It's really like a paint by numbers.
Are there any social media handles you want us to follow?
My Instagram is yenlind.thai, and then my website, which is yenlindthai.com. Tips for blowing it up to such a large scale. I've seen people bring a projector. I've seen people print it out on paper and then kind of use it as like a guide or a stencil to transfer it onto a large wall. I've seen people do different types of grids, like the regular scaling grid and the doodle grid. I tend to freehand a lot of it because my work is quite organic anyway. So when I get to the space, the sketch changes a bit and gets modified to the wall.
Does anybody have any other questions for Lynn before we sign off? All right. We definitely can go on forever. Thank you, Adrian, and thank you so much for joining us, Lynn. It was a pleasure. It's always an honor to have artists, with the Mississauga bringing so much color and joy back. So thank you. And thank you for those for joining us at Mac's Live Artist Studio Visit. We would love to hear from you. So make sure to follow us, DM us if you're interested, and become a member of Mac, because if you sign up, you get our newsletters. And if you sign up, there are a lot of perks. And then that way I can get a hold of you, and then we can have fun, amazing interviews, and so much more exciting things are to come. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon, Lynn. Thank you, everyone.
Lynn. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.